Welcome back to the kitchen, and I'm Kim, your Pampered Chef consultant. And today I'm going to teach you how to make butternut squash soup no matter what the weather is. Sometimes when the heat of the summer comes in, we skip these delicious cream soups and things like that we could be making because it's way too hot to be hanging out in the kitchen, and put a steaming pot on top of the stove. Well, your Deluxe Cooking Blender has your back on that one. So it is so much more than a traditional blender. But let's get to the butternut squash first before I tell you about all those fantastic features. So inside of my container, I have 2 1/4 cups of water, and I have 4 cups of butternut squash soup, all cubed up, not cooked, not steamed. So going from raw. Then I have a nice Vidalia onion that is chopped into chunks, big chunks. And I quartered an apple, nice fresh apple inside, a nice big honking clove of garlic. So if you have a large garlic, you could use 1 clove. If you have smaller ones, 2 to 3 cloves is absolutely fantastic. And then I put in a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, 2 loose tablespoons of brown sugar. Don't pack them in there too tight. You don't need a lot of sweetness because of the squash giving it that delicious flavor. If you like a little curry, you can put a little dry curry in here as well and change that flavor just a little bit more. And then we've got it all locked up and on top of the Deluxe Cooking Blender, ready to roll. So with our blender, it is so much more than just a smoothie maker or things like that. You're literally going to be able to make homemade cheese sauces in here, like cheese nacho sauce, hollandaise sauce, delicious gravies, your cream soups, vegetable purees. You're going to make applesauce and apple butter. One of my favorite things now is fresh peanut butter. So 3 cups of peanuts on grind and done. I have enough peanut butter in the refrigerator for 3 weeks and nothing else in there but pure peanuts. It doesn't separate and I don't get any oil on the top part of it. So this cooking blender actually cooks. This is an element and it's going to heat up to 212 degrees. One side is your cool functions from smoothies, alternative milks, grinding function, which is where I do my peanut butter, coffee grinds for cold brew coffee or a nice brewed delicious hot coffee. You're also going to be able to make roasted red pepper dips and different dips on that side of it. Then on the hot side, we've got soup, which is the function I'm going to be using here, your heated purees, your jam, and your sauces. Now, jam blew me away, literally. So last summer, when I first got my blender, I had some beautiful fresh raspberries from my girlfriend's bushes, and I put a 1/4 cup of water in here, 6 cups of raspberries, a tablespoon of Surto, hit jam, and called my mom for a great visit. The blender was cooking and boiling and getting it to that temperature that it needs to. I did not have to insert a thermometer. I was not stirring on top of the stove. It beeped and said add in. I added in the sugar, and voila, 6 fantastic cups of delicious raspberry jam ready for the fridge, which will last 6 weeks, or in your freezer for 6 months. So let's watch this thing in action. Turning it on to soup, just following my blue dots on the top part telling me exactly what to do, and then hitting start. It's going to get really noisy in here. So when it pauses like that, what it's doing is it's heating. So there's a temperature gauge up here on the top, which right now it says 68 degrees. And in a second, you're gonna watch it grind again. So it grinds, breaks it down, and cooks. Grinds, breaks it down, and cooks until it's smooth and delicious and absolutely perfect. So I can just hear it humming, ready to go. And this will take about 20 to 25 minutes for it to be complete.